Okay, we'll see if anybody's watching today. Just felt like playing a little bit of something here, so we'll hop into it and see if see how well this works here. So I'm running a modded version of Morrowind for basically for anyone who cares about that. I think it's a modded version from like 2017, so it's Morrowind graphics overhaul, which is like a big set of mods, and then there's a Morrowind script extender that has to go with that. You got to run a 4 GB patch to make it work. So just be aware of all that if you choose to do this. There is a bigger Morrowind patch out there that's Morrowind Rebirth, I think, where they redesigned the towns and stuff. I didn't do that. I just did like the texture overhauls and stuff because I didn't really want to do. I don't know. I don't want to completely rewrite the game with like differently designed towns and different content. I don't think that's a bad idea. Like, it'd probably be a good idea if you haven't, if you're not super attached to like it's got to be exactly the way it is, then it's probably fine. All right, let's create a new game. How you guys doing? What's up, Jack? What's up, Jared? What's up, Mega? What's up, Clear Smash Drop? Good to see you. Giuseppe. Shuffington. All right, so let's load it. I haven't played this game actually in quite a while. So we'll watch our little intro cinematic here, which is pretty cool, in my opinion. Hopefully everything's running good for y'all. Looks like it's good on the stream here. In the waning years of the third era of Tamriel, a prisoner is born on a certain day. It's kind of funny that it's telling me it's like there's an FPS counter. I don't know if you guys can see it. It may be blurry because whoops, let's turn that down. It may be blurry because it's downscaled on your screen. Because I'm playing on an ultra-wide monitor, so what you're seeing with all the ads and crap at the bottom is just you're seeing a downscaled version because it's too hard to try to stream in whatever this resolution is, like 3160 by something. It's something crazy, and like it's always I bought this ultra-wide monitor because it's great for gaming, but it doesn't always work right. Oh, here we go. It's Giab. He won the election.
What's your name?
All right. What's our name going to be? Let's do, I don't know what we'll do. We'll just do a classic one. Let's do Ronta. It could be unisex name.
Well, not even last night's storm could wake you. I heard them say we reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go.
This is the only time you can find Giab in the game. Like, this is something I would do if I were to redo the game, is to put Giab somewhere else. Saint Giab.
Come with me.
He looks really different than in the vanilla version. The vanilla version, he's like a blocky mess. There's like all the dark shadows here. Like, this is basically like Oblivion. Not quite Oblivion quality writing, but apparently I can't look in chests right now. I think they start off with the game like you can't look in stuff. You can just kind of walk. Great stream yesterday. Thank you, Sound Engraver. Some terrific points between you and Brian. Hope all's going well. It's going pretty good, all things considered. It's lonely in my pod today. I got my scheduled head shaving and ate a dinner of bugs. I ate cockroaches. I got to eat cockroaches today instead of the normal mealworms. Yeah, I can't like take the stuff. I don't think you can go back in here, by the way, and like take stuff later. I think it's all set up so like you can't game it too hard. Like if I come back, and if you come back out after like you do everything, there's like a body and a face mod on this too. So all this stuff's gonna look different. Yeah, not all the games like to play nice with ultra wide. A lot of them are just not cool with it.
Head down to the back and I'll show you to the census office.
Okay. It's kind of funny. You have all the same voices that you had in Oblivion. They have this locked door. I've always wondered like what's behind it, but you can't really unlock it because if you come back out here, the ship's gone. So never figured out what's behind those doors. It's kind of like what's over the flagpole in Super Mario Brothers. Yeah. All right, so a little couple tips on Morrowind. Morrowind is not like Oblivion. Morrowind is definitely not like Skyrim when it comes to making a character. Your choice of race and signs and all that kind of stuff matters for how the game plays, particularly early on. This game starts off harder than it gets. I think that's one of the things with Oblivion people didn't get. Oblivion starts off easy and gets harder, like by design intention. Morrowind starts off hard and then kind of gets easier as you get more powerful. So anyway, the mountain people of Lamech got it good. I hear they got crickets after the state seizes their chickens. So that's the thing, is like my chickens eat the bugs and I eat the chickens. I don't have to eat the bugs directly. My chickens will do it. So anyway, you want to decide with Morrowind what you actually want to play, like what your style is going to be. And you should really pick a race that aligns with that. So when you are going to pick what you're going to do early in the game, as far as like, you can do whatever. Like you can mix and match whatever you want. It's just if you want it to be easier early in the game, you actually want to stack up skills. So like Dark Elf has skills in athletics, destruction, light armor, long blade, marksman, mysticism, all this stuff. So if you're going to use these skills, this is good because you can actually not have your spells just fail when you start the game, which kind of sucks. Same thing, Breton. Breton is still, like, if you want the best race in the game, it's probably Breton. And, by the way, your choice of gender matters. So if you do female Breton, you'll actually have lower health than if you choose male Breton. It's not on this list at all. Like, you don't see it, but it, yeah, it does actually matter. And you're not really going to be looking at your character a lot, so, like, there's really not a lot of reason to spend time doing this right here. Sorry you have to go to bed. Morrowind's a little too high fantasy for my tastes. I think it's kind of surrealist fantasy. But I like it. Argonian is really good if you're going to do, I don't know, a lot of stuff. Water breathing. I mean, Argonians are actually really good. Like, the resist magicka is so good, it's almost worth it to roll Breton. It's almost worth it to roll Breton if you're going to play any class. So, but if you're going to go, say, like, a warrior, you'd want to do Redguard or Orc or Nord. Because they'll have, you know, immune to frost. It's like the racials were really powerful in Morrowind, and they've made them weaker as time goes on, to where by the time you get to Skyrim, your Breton bonus is like, it's still good, but it's only like 25% instead of 50%, you know. So you get some good stuff. Probably Redguard is like the best warrior class if you want to do a warrior. If you want to do like a mage, it's going to be like high elf. You can, you know, I'd probably say Breton's probably generally the best, so I'm probably going to do Breton. Just pick a face. Pick some hair. We'll do, let's do, I kind of like that. Black hair. That looks good. Alright, we're doing that. And we see that we get a bonus to like alchemy and alteration, conjuration, illusion. We get a bunch of magic bonuses. So if you're going to roll kind of like a battle mage character, this is like a really good one to do. So we'll just do this one. We'll do Breton. That'll be fun. I have a question, if I may. I remember you saying that you went to the gym more than once a day when you got shredded. Did you train the same muscles each time? No. So I would do cardio in one session, and then I would do weights in another session if I was going twice a day. So I do weights usually first and then come back later and do cardio. Like, kind of break it up. If you look up Arnold Schwarzenegger's new encyclopedia of bodybuilding, he has people playing. You can do some persuasion on some of these guys, by the way. I think I can go back here and actually talk to these guys. I feel like Daggerfall's too dated, but I mean, I could stream it. I just don't think it plays very well compared to the newer games. You know, like I can open the chest, but I can't get anything out of it. You know. Alright, let's go in here. I'll show you a couple tricks in here. So yeah, that's what I did. I mean, if you look at the new encyclopedia, it's a two time a day routine. So you do morning, you do like chest and back. And then afternoon, you do smaller muscle groups. You do arms. And then the next day, you do legs in the morning. And then you do shoulders and like... and you do calves and abs every day. Now, if you are... This may seem weird because it's like, well, that's clearly for somebody who's like in a pro bodybuilding realm, like juiced up, using performance-enhancing drugs. But if you just scale that down, like if you do fewer sets than he recommends, or if you look at his beginning routine, that's a really good routine for like a natural bodybuilder, which is basically like you're doing... You don't need a full week of rest for every body group. You can... You know, you need like a 2 days maybe, right? Especially for the bigger groups. But I think you can actually do arms pretty much every day. You can do calves and abs pretty much every day, and not overtrain or anything like that. It's just like your legs are you're gonna be hurting if you're trying to do legs every day. And then there's natties who do like a full body 5 days a week, and that works for them. You can try out whatever you want to do. But yeah, I always split it up. I did cardio in one, weights in another. Right now, I don't do that because I don't have the time. So I'll do cardio one day, and then, you know, I've been doing just body weight stuff up to now for the last couple months because I couldn't go to the gym. But you can get a lot of work done just doing like pull-ups and stuff. I mean, I get sore and stuff like that. I'm still kind of fat, but it's good. It worked pretty good. So, picking a class, you can do whatever you want to do. I think if you're playing Morrowind, I haven't played this in a long time, so I'm probably going to do this wrong, but if you want to do like the power user kind of stuff, it would be create your own custom class. You could just pick a class from a list. It doesn't really matter. I would say if you have experience playing Elder Scrolls, other games, pick skills that you think are going to be useful. You know, it's an RPG. And just kind of mix and match the stuff that you want. And you can call the class whatever you want. So it doesn't matter. So combat, the specialization is what's really going to... You're going to get a bonus for those skills, and also it will level quicker. I think. I don't really remember this one, but... you know, you want to pick the one that you intend to use the most. So if you tend to just be using magic, obviously you should pick magic. You shouldn't do what I recommended with Oblivion, which is like offset things, which is like pick minor skills that are really that you're going to use a lot, so that you can you can do that, but it's going to make the game really miserable, and you don't need to do it. It's just not necessary for this game at all. So just pick the one that you want to use a lot. If you want to be a sneaky character, pick stealth. If you want to be more of a warrior character, pick combat. So I'm going to pick combat. I'm going to make this like a battle mage kind of character. And then your attributes, you're just going to get bonuses to those. So the base ones, the best ones to pick is going to be endurance and probably strength if you're going to do warrior. So pick endurance, more health, and then pick whichever one you want. Luck is actually a really good one as well. So endurance, luck is going to generally fit any class really, really, really well. So I'll just do those, I guess. No problem, Giuseppe. I'm not like a fitness expert. I'm just a guy who's at one point I lost a crap ton of weight, and I'll also say this. Same thing with learning to write. Just do it. It doesn't matter if you're doing it wrong. If you just show up and do it, and you don't have no idea what you're doing, you're going to be making tons of progress, and you'll learn what you're doing as you go. So don't worry about like having to pick up some kind of perfect routine. You'll figure out the perfect routine for you as you get used to doing it. Same thing with diet. You'll figure out the diet that works for you. If you pick up somebody's, diet plan and it doesn't work for you, then it's like, I guess I can't diet. so many different ways to diet. So you just have to kind of find the one that's going to work for your lifestyle and it's going to keep you satisfied and keep you on the diet for a long time. If you drop the diet after 2 weeks, then it's not a good diet. You should make a video about graphics in video games because they do matter to an extent. Absolutely, I think aesthetics are super important. I think people underrate graphics sometimes because we're trying to get to the point like gameplay is the main thing. Gameplay is what matters. Graphics are not everything. Well, graphics are still something. You know, aesthetics really do matter. I think it's why I really appreciate Square Enix games is they go full bore for aesthetics. They really care about aesthetics. And it's not fidelity. It's not like, look at the super fine detail of this texture. There's good textures. But it's really about creating a beautiful environment, beautiful characters. You know, every character in a Square Enix game is like a 9 or a 10. The dudes and the ladies, they all look good. I love that they do that. I like that they don't put ugly characters in their game. I want to look at beautiful people. And I want to look at beautiful environments when I play a game. Things that inspire me and are interesting to look at. So aesthetics really do matter. All right, major skills. So block is a good one. Armor is not the best one. For a major skill, you probably want something like long blade, you know. So block is going to be agility, strength, endurance. Heavy armor is endurance. So pick one. I think for a warrior, heavy armor is probably better, but I don't know. I'm kind of a fan of light armor in this game. I think medium armor towards the end game kind of loses out, whereas light armor you get glass armor and heavy armor you get ebony and stuff. So I don't know, pick one. For some reason I love old graphics. It's not nostalgia. I even love games I've never played. I think the reason old graphics work is because they are representations of the thing rather than the thing itself. So the more high fidelity the graphics get, the more you're trying to represent a real object and what that real object actually looks like. Whereas if you're looking at a Super Nintendo era game or even PlayStation 1, Sega Saturn games, they're abstract. They're not exactly what it's supposed to be. They're an abstraction of what's really there. Kind of like looking at a drawing versus a photograph. And so whenever you're abstracting things, only certain details will emerge and only the important details will emerge, and that actually filters things down to a level where you end up really presenting what's attractive and beautiful. Maybe a splash of color for water in an SNES game looks really beautiful compared to a picture of a stream, which may just look brown and murky. You know, it's all about representing the ideal with aesthetics. All right, so what's some other good? Alteration is good. This will let you open locks and stuff, and levitate. So there's a lot of good stuff with alteration. I don't know if I would do it as like a major one. So I'm gonna switch it up and I'm gonna do like, let's go light armor. Long blade, we'll do alteration. We'll do, what else? Athletics. And then we can do something else here. Speechcraft's actually useful in this game, but I almost never pick it up for some reason. Like with anime, because it's so simplistic, it looks well. Anime can be complicated, but it's mostly like, yeah, that abstract thing. It's, you're pulling the details that matter out. PlayStation games definitely had graphics where you're able to tell the object, even if it doesn't look exactly like what it's supposed to. Yeah, we get the idea. We've been drawing since we're kids. We get that, oh, this circular object could be a cup or something, or a plate. We kind of get that. I don't know what I want here. We don't want unarmored, because we're always going to wear armor, so there's no reason to do that. Security, I would say if you have alteration, you don't really need to spec security. Security is a check-based skill, though, so if you are wanting to pick a lot of locks, security is a really good skill. So it's really good in this game. It's actually worthless in Oblivion, but it's really good in this one. I'll do block. Block is, I mean, this is really a good setup. Minor skills. We don't want, we're never going to use axes, so you really don't need to pick up a bunch of weapon skills. You can level up. You can use weapons that you're not spec to if you want to level an attribute or something, but it's really not that essential in this game. So instead, we're going to pick alchemy, enchant, pick some magic skills, destruction, and probably sneak. I mean, you could put sneak over here somewhere if you want to do sneaky stuff. It's good to have a little bit of boost in sneak. But it's good if you're going to go a sneaky character, you kind of want to max the sneak. Know what I mean? 20% of animation budget goes to animating eyes. What role do I usually pick in RPGs? Usually a thief. Usually a thief. I know in this one I'm kind of doing warrior, but I'm like, man, I really just want to play a thief. So actually, maybe I'll do that. Let's do light armor, long blade. We're going to switch block and sneak. So block is still really useful, and instead of alchemy, we'll do security, and we'll switch security and alteration. Okay. So this is a good little sneaky thief kind of guy. I'm not going to spec marksman because it's not that good in this game, and you know, I'd rather just kind of stand up and smash face with this. I finished that game by listening to all of your ride streams in Burzum ambient. The OST is good, but 45 minutes total is way too short for such a big game. Listening to you ramble is better. Thank you. Yeah, I like the Burzum stuff too. I listen to the Burzum. There's a new one. Bard came out with a new one. So endurance, luck. This is all good stuff. See, and then you could go combat stealth, right? Oh, I didn't do acrobatics. I'm like wasting the stream making the character. Combat heavy characters are generally going to be better though. So I'm probably gonna switch some of this stuff around. Athletics, I'm gonna switch that with block. And then instead of enchant, we'll do acrobatics. Armor is pretty useful. All right, we'll do this. We'll do this. Agility, strength, intelligence, speed, agility. We don't have an endurance here. Maybe we should go like heavy. No, we don't want to go heavy armor. Switch security for something with like endurance. Be athletics. Nope. Spear. Forget that they have them in different areas. It's really good to have some endurance governed stuff here. Like heavy armor. That really helps. Let's do heavy armor. And we can switch. Let's get rid of destruction. I don't know. It's okay. I like to use it. It's fun. This is not going to be a very good character, I have a feeling, because I'm not like going hard enough in one direction. Armor. Conjuration's pretty good too. All right, we'll go with that. We'll try it out.
Very good.
If we suck, then so well.
You were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
We don't need to be like min-maxing everything. Oh yeah, picking this stuff. I feel like the personality endurance is really good. I mean, so is the fortify agility though. Shadow's just not that good. Steed is good. Thief is not that good in this one. Warrior's not quite as good. So it's going to be probably the lover or the lady. Lady's better.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
So we can see kind of where all our stuff is once we have all this, and you can tinker with this. So strength, it's 40. Intelligence, willpower, agility, speed, endurance is high. Personality is high. Luck is good. So we have endurance and personality both pretty good. So that's going to make us kind of tough. I wish I had a little bit more strength. So if I switch the race, you can see if I went to, say, Redguard, you can see that the strength goes up to 50 and the endurance goes up to 85. So if you want a really tough character, Redguard's like a really, really good choice. And you can see all these skills start to rearrange. So you're like your heavy armor and long blade are already really high, which means you're gonna be a good little warrior character. And then you got like a lot of good stuff, like resist disease. So you can change that stuff around. Go back to Breton. You can see if I change it to female, you'll see I have even less strength. So women are weaker and they have more personality or something. They have more something. Something's higher if you pick a female, but we'll pick a male. So we get 10 more strength. Oops. There we go. And where's our best skills? So our major skills, heavy armor, long blade, these are all pretty much okay. Like we can actually use these pretty well. And our minor skills are all, they're enough to use. And you can see we still have some miscellaneous skills we can use. So like our magic skills are still pretty good that we could actually use them. If they're below 15, it's like, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck to use them. And so, you know, if we want to do our custom class, we can still change stuff like this. Like we'd switch out destruction for something else. We could switch out, you know, heavy armor for light armor or something like that. If you're playing with the full version of the game that has all the patches, you'll get attacked by a Dark Brotherhood guy pretty quickly, and you can get a full set of light armor from him to wear that will really help you early on. So, but I'm not really going to count on that. I'm going to do heavy armor, I think, and do it that way. Combat specialization. Okay, it's fine. Let's ship it. We'll be okay.
Show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
All right. Hit take. All right. Now here's a couple little tricks you can do early on here to get some money. You'll see there's a bunch of things here and they'll tell you the value, like 650. So what you do here is, like for instance with this, you're not going to get arrested for stealing stuff right here. So what you can do is you pick it up and then you quickly pause the game and you take this and just drop it. And so he will come over and tell you that you can't do that again. And then you just can pick it up. So you can do that for pretty much everything. So if there's anything here that you feel like is valuable, you can just pick it up, drop it, and then, you know.
Will you take me for a fool?
See, there they both are. So after they warn you, you can you can just pick it back up. So, like, hear them all, guards! So after you pick it up and drop it, and they warn you, you can just pick it up again. And you can have it. And you can sell it outside. And you can do this with anything in this room, I think. Now, I think if you wanted to open this little thing, I think that that's actually... I don't know if you can do that. We could try it out. Candlesticks. Chest marked evidence. I don't even know what's in that. I've never actually opened it, so I'm not sure what's in it. No dragon's dogma yet. Yeah, we could do that another day. Everything in here is free for the taking, so you just take it. You can't get attacked in here by the Dark Brotherhood guy. So, because it's not... This is a weird thing. You shouldn't feel bad. If the Dark Brotherhood guy attacks you, you shouldn't feel bad like stopping, turning down the difficulty, and killing him, because he's not actually supposed to, by design, attack you at level 1. You know, the idea was people would install that after they've been playing the game a while, and they wouldn't be level 1 when they triggered the quest. So, that's the thing. Here, we could pick up the dagger. And we can put that in our hand. Anything here? Oh, there's a lockpick. For some reason I can't target it. There it is. This was always a funny thing, was like putting the lockpick in your hand and then like attacking the chest to unlock it. I always thought that was a little bit weird. Now, can I save yet? Cannot save the game right now. Alright, yeah, we'll take the firmament. That's good to sell. Take this stuff is good to sell. Now, the candlestick you can use to like light your way in the darkness. Take the qualm egg. Take the flasks, I guess. Anything in these? Yeah, take all this stuff. Take that. Take the original liquor acts like a potion. There you go. Take some bread, which you can eat. And then we'll go out this door. Oops. That's interesting. You now have a map menu. Oh, a map! If you look in here, there's a ring. And you can give this ring to the guy outside or not. He gives you a tip about something. I don't remember what it is, but you know, you can give it to him or not. Doesn't matter. Talk to this guy. Celis, a knight. All this stuff is written, so this is another thing that's cool about Morrowind, is there's actually more dialogue because it's not spoken. You can just go through stuff. Is there a note to read? All right. Duties. All right, we're going to go find Caius Cosades in Balmora. Balmora is north of Seydanine. Take the Silt Strider. So you could take the Silt Strider, or you can walk there if you want to like adventure on the way. It just doesn't really matter. And once we walk out this door, I think we can save. It's like, you're on your own now. That's how quickly they like drop you off of this stuff. I think we can go back in here and try to unlock that chest. We can at least get like a skill up. Or something here, you know? This is my first time in this live stream. I wanted to ask you, do you have a Discord? Sort of. I'm not on it. I'm on it from time to time. I don't have a link for you right now. Oh yeah, okay. There. So if we do that, then we go to jail. We'll do the quick save. Do you have any hopes for the Elder Scrolls 6? Of course I have hopes. But like I don't really think, you know, I know that they are not going to use Jeremy Soule because he got Me Too'd by someone. Someone took my ring. So you can give him the ring or you can not give him the ring. It's up to you. You can use the ring to heal yourself. It does like a little healing spell. Right, there we go. There we go. All right. Here, take the ring. All right, we'll give him the ring. All right. Yes. I think you get a little bit of a boost with the guy in the store here. This is very modded, so this does not look like the vanilla game at all, by the way, guys. So, like, this is really pretty nice looking. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and go straight to barter, and then we have a bunch of stuff that we can sell him, right? We can sell him that, and we can sell him the bread, the Flynn, it's worth a lot, spoon, cup, plate, pitcher, bowl, vase, 2 vases, the platter, a goblet, flasks. Rid of a lot of this stuff. A book. Some crab meat. And then from here you can buy some stuff too. So the idea here is that you'd buy like whatever you were going to use. My music still started streaming faculty concerts this fall. I don't know why YouTube blocked this message for some reason, but I can read it. It'll be pretty surreal doing live commentary on my professors on my channel. Interesting. Yeah, so you can buy some armor here. You'll get armor in the cave. So if you're like worried about whatever, don't, you know, you can buy maybe, I'll buy, you know, I'll get a sword here. Was that an iron saber? Let's do, there's an iron broadsword, iron claymore. It's kind of whatever you want to do. Block occurs like naturally, so you don't have to worry too much about block right away. I think maybe we'll go try doing the cave and see if we die. Let me get at least like one good weapon here. We'll get a claymore. We'll try that out. And I think we'll get some armor as we go. So I'm not too worried about whatever. The steel helm, iron cuirass, heavy, medium. I think medium is a little underrated. It's just as you get later in the game, it's just not as good. Wonder if we could find some armor. I don't really remember. I know there's some in the cave. I don't know about you, but I see video games as more of a social tool anymore. It's hard for me to just sit down and play a game. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do I have any tips for getting better at writing books? It's just practice. It's like learning an instrument. You got to practice. I think I'll buy the Iron Cuirass, and that'll be good. We will offer that. All right. Now, when you come back from the cave, you'll probably have moon sugar. I'd like for you to help me recover some gold. Fargoth's hiding place. I'll do it. This is a really easy one. So he's trying to get money from Fargoth. You can just... what you do is you go up to the lighthouse. I'll just show you how to do this quest. Let's pick these mushrooms. Also, I should put the claymore on my feud as well as the armor.
Yes, okay.
We're going to go up to the lighthouse and we're going to wait till night. And we'll see him put stuff in a little cubby hole, and then you can go down there and get it. And then you just never talk to that Nord again, and you can keep all the gold and everything. So. Oh, and you can also, like, you could pretty much take a bunch of stuff out of here, too, if you want to. But she's standing there. In Morrowind, by the way, the NPCs don't sleep. So it's just something you'll have to... The Wraith's wedding dowry. Oh, this, my unarmored skill increased to 6. I guess I can read this. The poets are right. There's something life-changing about being in love. It said, Kepkajna gra Minfang. Sometimes I called the Wraith. I haven't wanted to rob anyone or anything in weeks. Why, the other day I saw the door wide open at a wealthy merchant's house, but my mind was fully occupied with what I should wear on my wedding day. You've been out of the right society for very long now, frowned her friend Cargill approvingly. You never told me what happened to your first husband, you know. The one with the one the shaman gave you. Torn apart by ash ghouls, smiled Kepkajna dreamily. It was rather saddish, but I know nothing like that would happen to Woodwark. No life of adventure for him. He's practically an Imperial. In fact, he is one. Did I tell you how we met? Hundreds of times, grumbled Cargill, reaching for his flagon. He was your jailer, and he refused you food until you promised to marry him. Have you ever heard of anything so madly romantic in all your life? Sighed Kepkajna, and then grew serious. I was going to say that I hope my old friends will wish me well, but as old Basriel used to say, there's no point in hoping for what cannot be. We'll leave with the Imperial Knights for Balmora immediately after the wedding, but as long as we're in Dagonfell, the gang will find some way of disrupting my love life and bring me back to the light. I know it. As the days approached towards the Wraith's wedding day, there was certainly something sinister in the air that Kepkajna could smell when she was not transported by heady bliss. Dark figures seemed to shift in the shadows and disappear when approached. She recognized the clothing of some beggars near Woodwark's cottage as costumes, but the medicants hurried away before she could recognize which of her old gang was stalking her. But these moments of apprehension were few. Kepkajna was truly happy, making arrangements for the ceremony to be performed at the very dungeon where Woodwark had imprisoned her. Her father was long since dead, another victim of the Ash Ghouls, but her fiancé's commander volunteered to act in his behalf. Of course, Kepkajna had to supply her own dowry. She spent every last mark of her savings of ill-gotten gain to buy her beloved a truly wonderful present. The wedding was set for the stroke of midnight, as is Orc tradition. The handmaidens, wives of imperial officers, were busily sewing her into her gown of red velvet and fine gold filigree in the mid-morning. Dulcetta, one of the handmaidens, remarked that she had heard that Kepkajna had bought Woodwark a truly beautiful gift for her dowry. "Let me show it to you," Kepkajna giggled, dashing from the room half-dressed to her hidden alcove. The present had been stolen. The women were horrified, but the Wraith found herself merely irritated, not surprised. This was truly the old gang's style. They knew that a wedding ceremony without a dowry was marked as unlucky. She asked her handmaidens to finish dressing her quickly while she pondered what the burglars would have done with her treasure. The whole region was honeycombed with secret lairs and abandoned sites thieves used to store their loot. There were obvious places, of course, but after much reflection she thought of where she would have put it under similar circumstances. Once the handmaidens had finished, Kepkajna bade them to make certain that the ceremony went on as scheduled, and not to fret as she might be a little late. She wrapped herself in a shawl to protect her gown from dungeon dust and set off for the shrine of Malakath. The Wraith had never before attempted to rob her own friends, and though she was peeved at them for trying to ruin her happiness, she had no interest in hurting them physically. Her style was to avoid conflict, though she knew it would be inevitable. The lessons her mentor Fargoth had given her helped her avoid the lances and blades of guards and Imperial Knights over the years. Now she would see if they would allow her to survive a den of thieves and the unknown dangers of the shrine, without, most importantly, ruining her dress. The desolate place was so empty as she delved into it that she feared she might have made a miscalculation. It was not until she found the small room hidden down a long corridor that she knew she was at the right place, and that it was well suited for an ambush. She grabbed the chest with her treasure within and turned to face the assault. Two of her old gang, Yoram and Yori, the Redguard twin brother and sister, were outside the door as she came from the room. They knew the Wraith better than to taunt her. And immediately attacked. Yoram struck out with the left thrust of his blade while Yori sought to rush her. The Wraith neatly sidestepped Yori while dropping her weight to her rear left leg, shifting her right shoulder to the left to slip past Yoram's strike. The twins crashed into one another and Kepkajna passed swiftly on. Now, I'll just make a critique here. This is actually a little bit too much description of action. Should just say she slipped under him. You don't need to talk about shifting weight. It takes too long. People care about the outcomes of action, not the specifics of where the weight is, unless it's some very specific technical move. You can get into those details, but it's a little too much in this instance here. Almost immediately, she was set on by the Argonian Binyar, his mace whistling through the air at her head. They had never much liked one another. The Wraith snapped into a duck so that the mace whacked with a tremendous clamor against the stone wall. Binyar was thrown off balance, giving her a few seconds' lead hurrying up the passage. Ahead she could smell the fresh night air. The last of her dowry's defenders was Sorogth, an orc with whom she shared a brief romance. It was he who Kepkajna knew had masterminded the theft. In a way and in context, she thought his devotion to her misery was rather sweet. At the moment, though, she was most concerned with avoiding his barbed axe that seemed ideal for breaking her dress's fine stitchwork and the flesh beneath. Bending her knees slightly, bobbing to avoid strikes to the head, weaving her head to confuse Sorogth of her next move, shuffling her feet arrhythmically, the Wraith made an impossible target. She ducked inside his thrusts, sidestepped his swings, and then sidestepped his thrusts, and ducked his swings. As erratic as she tried to make her defensive moves, Sorogth still kept pace with her, refusing to budge from his position at the dungeon outlet. Midnight was coming, and the Wraith finally decided that she must end the confrontation. When Sorogth swung out next, she sidestepped to her left, swayed down, and ducked her head so that the axe whistled over her right shoulder. In that instant, his right side was exposed, and she reluctantly smashed the chest hard into his torso. There was not enough time for Kepkajna to see if she had killed him or merely knocked him unconscious. In truth, she thought of nothing else but rushing to her wedding ceremony. At precisely midnight, Wadwarg and Kepkajna were united together. He was delighted with her dowry gift, a fine suit of armor that would make him the envy of other imperial jailers. Even more, he was enchanted by his wife's tale of retrieving it from the shrine of Malakath. "Did it occur to you to put on the armor when you knew it was an ambush?" he asked. "I didn't want to dent your present," she replied between kisses, "and I certainly didn't want to wrinkle my gown." There's that story. Let's take some of this stuff. Take the bread because we could eat it. All right. Okay, so go up here. And where will he... There's a place that he's going to be looking for his little... It's down there. Okay. So we'll just wait around until it's 2 p.m. Let's wait about 10 hours. Here we go. And we should see him come out somewhere with a torch. And like go over there to that little hidey hole. There's the guard. Here you go. There he is. There he is. See him? So he's walking right here. That's Fargoth, I think. And so what he does, he sneaks over to his little hidey hole with the torch and hides his ring there. So then we can jump down and grab the ring and the gold and get some free money. Leave it to David Stewart to play a high fantasy epic and go around reading books. The books are fun to read. They're cool little short stories. Gives you a lot of flavor of the lore. Something I hope they don't take out of the game. Alright, so there he is. He's sneaking around. You can tell he's sneaking because his knees are bent. Yeah, he'll hide something around here. Oh, this is where he hides it in that little... There he is. That's where he hides it. So he hides it right there. And then, for some reason, his torch goes out. But you can still see him walking around. By the way, like, look at this sky. How'd you like to live under like, visible nebulae? You actually wouldn't see nebulas if you lived in them, by the way, because they'd be too spread out. Like, ouch. That hurt. So, we get the gold, get the ring, and you get a lockpick. There we go. Free money. Now, should we do the cave? Resting here is illegal. I think we can actually go back into the... we can actually sleep in here to... Oh, we gotta go back to where that bed is. Let's go do that. Sorry for the sneezes. Alright, let's wait here. Sometimes your waiting or rest will be interrupted by Dark Brotherhood guy, so. Grim Dawn. I don't know if I have Grim Dawn. I have what is it? Vermintide. That's a pretty cool one. Should play that sometime. Well, if you lived inside a nebula, you wouldn't see it because the dust is really spread out. So you actually wouldn't see a nebula around you. Really at all. Okay, so here's the cave. I call this newbie cave. It's a cave that's basically there so you can be a newbie and explore it. But there's some loot in here and we could probably die. This is a good way to tell if your character is really bad, because you'll basically get killed in this cave if you're bad. So let's find out. Let's find out how bad we are. By the way, if you have a character with really good speed, it's very easy to beat the mage in here, because you can just kind of like juke around his spells. This character's not that fast though, so it's probably going to be harder. Like there should be a bad guy down here somewhere. There she is. Let's see if we can kill her, or if we're the ones who die. You're just like swing and a miss, swing and a miss, swing and a miss, and then they finally die. We'll take all. And, oh, I have a nude mod. That's bad. Let's dispose of the corpse. I didn't realize I have a mod that I think makes them naked if you take all their clothes off. So, I just installed it as a batch, so don't get too upset with me. Common shirt. If you don't have short blade skill and you go in with the dagger, you could easily get killed. All right. Let's see if I have any magic. Dragon skin. Equip that. And we can actually use it to heal ourselves, or we can wait. There's enemies nearby, so I can't rest. Let's find out what enemies are down here. I think it's the mage. I think there's a mage down here. Yeah, there he is. Okay, so... Oh, there's two guys. Let's see if I can just have the one. Yeah, like, look how much damage he did to me. Alright. So yeah, that killed me. Yeah, let's reload it. So yeah, you can easily die in this first dungeon. So this is one of those things that will possibly turn you off to the game? I don't know. If I can just aggro that one guy, it's not like a big deal. Or you can go up here to where the... I think there's some slaves up here. I don't have a bow and arrow, so I can't like shoot an arrow to aggro him. Yeah, there's slaves up here. So this is also a place where... Let me see the lockpicking. You can probably do your... yeah, so let's level lockpicking real quick. We can probably do some lockpicking. There we go. And then these guys, you can actually practice persuasion on them. And they're good targets to practice persuasion on. I'll show you. Let's see here. Oh no, they're gonna attack me because I pickpocketed. Didn't mean to do that. You can just talk to them. It's just to level your personality. So here we go. I'll show you.
You wish to speak.
All right, so you go free. Okay, so he likes you, and then you can actually practice a bunch of stuff. So you can just spam admire, and you probably get a couple level ups in here. Basically, till he goes down to 0. Then it's not going to budge after that. But he won't attack you. So we go just spam admire until you get down to 0. And then you can let him go free and you'll get a little boost from that. What do you think of Michael Kirkbride Coda? I don't know about it. So you just keep spamming it, eventually go down to 0. Go free. Go back up here and you can get a few more. So I got 1 level up out of this. Get this person to really like me. They don't have anything, you know, there's nothing for you to pickpocket, there's nothing for you to get from them. So you just,
Yes.
it's just an opportunity to practice your persuasion. It's a couple level ups. And because this isn't like the Oblivion system, you actually have to have personality skill to do this. Or persuasion skill. And personality is an attribute to get people to do anything for you. So eventually you'll fail a bunch of times and get down to 0 here. Go free. Unlock the slave's bracers, and then you can continue to do this. You get a few more things here. So I got like 2 or 3 skill ups out of these guys. They all hate me, even though I freed them from slavery. Let's see if I can kill this mage. Alright, here he comes. Like I said, if you get really good, you can mostly like deal with spellcasters by like juking around the spells. See how he like kind of casts in a dumb way. Kind of got me there. Really, it should get him on some level ground here. Before he kills me. He's gonna kill me. Oh, I almost got him. Yeah, if you get him on some level ground, I think it's a little easier to kill this mage. He's kind of a toughie at like level 1. Especially if you don't, even with like my magicka resistance. It's kind of annoying. I think someone said that like 45 minutes of soundtrack is definitely too short for this game, and I think they're right. It should be something more like... Should be something more like 3 hours, at least. You got me with one of those spells. Alright, we'll see if we can actually kill this guy. We might just leave and like go kill some rats or something. There's other loot like deeper in this dungeon, but it's pretty hard to kill this mage kind of early on, and especially with a slow character. This character's kind of slow, so see if we aggro him. And we can probably get him in here. Hey, got me. There we go. Melar Baram. Let's see what he's got. He's got a dagger and some boots. Whatever. And we really need to rest until healed. Let's see if the Dark Brotherhood guy interrupts that rest. Yep. It's a Dark Brotherhood guy. You are awakened by a loud noise. Let's see if he follows us out here. Because I have all the expansions installed. Nope, nope, never mind. He might be in there still, like, attacking or something. Like, ready to attack me. We'll find out. Stuff like Talos being a three-souled being, Tiber Septons, Chim remaking the world. Oh yeah. Kirkbride's the guy who came up with most of the backstory craziness for Elder Scrolls. It sounds like a fever dream. That's why I like it. It's very surrealist. Reminds me of like Michael Moorcock and stuff. Coda was his unlicensed sequel. What happens in the far future of Elder Scrolls after the Thalmor succeeded in exploding the world. Wow. See, I didn't know about that. I'll have to check it out. There should be another guy here to kill. Yeah. Oh, this one has like throwing stars. There we go. And I could take the dagger, throwing stars. She's got a bracer. Shoes. Take the lockpick and the probe. Both of those are good. Alright, that's good loot. Check. There's a war axe. Axe skill. Get that moon sugar. No merchant will talk. No good merchant will talk to you with the moon sugar, by the way. They'll ask you to get rid of the moon sugar. High quality torch. All those ingredients. A ring in there, glass bottle, some clothes and stuff. Skoomma's good. We want the skooma. Give me that skooma. Pillows. Fortunately, they're not good for anything. We can put on the bracer here. Apparel. Common belt. Guess we put that on. Ring of healing. Cloth left bracer. There's one more guy in here that you can kill. I'm deathly addicted to skooma. Please help. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the case with Dragon Age. It's like the head writers all left. So it's just kind of like fan fiction now. I don't have any other way to put it. This music does take me back for sure, though. Get some bloat spores. Oh! Oh. Die! Die, skeever. Ooh. There's a left pauldron. I kind of like how you could have completely mismatched stuff in this, because you could have left pauldrons and right pauldrons, and they could be different if you wanted them to be different. See if I can actually... Alright. See if I have any... Bread has no effect on you. Alright, we'll have to heal ourselves with this. I used up all the healing charge on my ring here. Another pauldron, high quality torch. There's a ring in here somewhere, but I don't remember where, so I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, nope, we're back at the beginning. I guess there wasn't an enemy. Alright. Okay, we got some stuff here. Well, let me let the Discord be shown here. There it is. Alright, it's kind of weird to tab out of this game. There we go. You're beaten? Who's attacking me? Someone says I'm beaten. Uh-oh. So this is the Dark Brotherhood guy. Can I put on armor in combat? I don't know if I can. Oh, I can. Alright. See if I can kill him without turning down the difficulty a bunch. Come on, die! Come on, Luck, save me now! Come on! Come on, die! Come on, die! Die, 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 no, 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 no! Come on, die! Yes! Yes! I killed him! Silver dagger, sweet. Let's actually take all. Alright. He's naked now. He's naked. But this is good stuff. Like, you could put this on. It's actually really good armor. I think it's light armor. Yeah. Dark. So if you go light armor, you can get a free set of light armor, I guess, really early in the game. The total of whopping 5 armor. Alright, so there we go. Now we look really cool. See? Yeah! Dark Brotherhood. Let's put on the full set. Where's the Dark Brotherhood boots? There they are. Now we are Dark Brotherhood. Oh, so slow. Had to play a slow character. Alright, let's get our loot back to this guy. And we'll see how silly this can be, because he won't talk to me because I have moon sugar. Alright, my wife wants a little break from the kids, so we're gonna kill it after this. Alright, let us go ahead and barter. Yeah, see, I don't want any trouble. Got to get rid of that moon sugar. So all you have to do here is find the moon sugar and the skooma. And you just drop it. And where's the skooma? And other merchants will buy that from you. Or you can, I think you can actually make skooma too. So I think you can actually make skooma. So sell that. You could sell like a lot of this stuff here. Expensive ring. The Netch boots and stuff. So you can sell all that. Some of these weapons you can sell. The iron dagger. I would actually keep the silver dagger for ghosts, because it's kind of hard to find magic weapons early on. So the silver dagger you can use to kill ghosts. And I'm never going to use the throwing star, so let's throw that away. Alright. Is there anything else? We could sell ingredients. You can make potions out of them. Oh, sell the wedding dowry. That's a good sell. And yeah, there we go. Seller gold 800. There we go. And then we just pick up our drugs.
Should be treated fine to healer.
That's it. She's gone too far. I'll see her disgraced before the council. Yes.
Oh, yeah, some weird little banter here. Alright. Let's save. And I think that's going to be it for today, guys. OF wants a little break, so I think that's it. I will see you guys next time. Have a good one. And thanks for stopping by. Oh yeah, Khajiit merchants will buy them. Yeah, there's, I think the Thieves Guild Khajiits in Balmora, when we get there, they'll buy all that stuff. But this guy doesn't. So you can just drop it on the ground and just pick it up again. It's fine. All right. Thanks, guys, and I will see you all next time. Oops. There we go. All right.